Reports came out today that both Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya are not on speaking terms. Furthermore, they are speaking through a lawyer. Now, allegedly, according to Canelo Alvarez, the reason why they beefing is because Oscar De La Hoya tricked him and he's not loyal. His explanation of that was Oscar De La Hoya tricked him to sign in with DAZN, which is killing his brand because he's stuck on the app. And yes, he's getting guaranteed purses to even cherry pick. However, he don't like the fact that Oscar De La Hoya got paid up to $90 million by DAZN to bring Canelo Alvarez and all the Golden fighters under his stable, which is Golden Boy, over there to DAZN. Canelo Alvarez feels that the reason why Oscar De La Hoya got that $90 million is because of his name alone, not because of the fighters that he signed. Even though Ryan is a fighter on that contract of Golden Boy and many more, such as Virgil Ortiz, etc., etc. However, Canelo feels that those guys aren't established enough for DAZN to grant Oscar De La Hoya $90 million for those guys alone. So he feel like some of that money belongs to him. However, in my opinion, I truly believe that that's not the reason why, or that's not the main reason. And me and Dante actually spoke on this like a week ago on the phone. And he basically told me around the same thing. Oscar De La Hoya been applying pressure slowly on Canelo Alvarez to fight the Charlos of the world, to fight Andrades, the guys that he gave up his straps in order to avoid. Keep in mind, these guys been around his division for the past 5 years. Even before the time Canelo Alvarez came out and said he was born ready when he was about to face Floyd Money Mayweather. And he proved that night he wasn't born ready, especially not for Andrade and Charlo, because he's still maneuvering around those guys till this day, being strategic, and he's so good at it that he should really consider working for Wall Street. That being said, I truly believe the reason why Canelo is beefing with Oscar and is on unspeaking terms is because Oscar, every time he's on the media, he's always talking about the fights that Canelo should be fighting, and that's Charlo and Andrade, and those fights define his legacy straight out of Oscar De La Hoya's mouth because he preaches what he lived through. He fought the best around his time when he was considered the Golden Boy. However, Canelo Alvarez today, he want to claim he pound for pound. He want to be undisputed. However, he want to avoid the best competition and the fights that will define his legacy. So that being said, when Oscar applies pressure to Canelo through the media because he can't apply pressure on Canelo through a contract, Canelo doesn't like that, and he thinks that's unloyal, and he thinks that Oscar De La Hoya is trying to get him beat when Oscar is just trying to make the best fights for the fans. So that being said, I really think when Oscar came out stating that Charlo and Andrade will define his legacy, that really bothered Canelo. I mean, you can't really be mad at Oscar in that fashion if you Canelo, though, because you have to keep in mind, it ain't just Oscar. It's Chavez Sr., it's Barrera, it's Morales, it's Marquez, and all these legendary fighters from Mexico City that's applying pressure on Canelo. And pressure busts pipes. However, Canelo, he's still holding on tight for dear life. He is not letting go. I mean, he's taping the pipe so it won't bust through all the water, so the water won't start leaking. But all he has to do is just fight the fighters he's been avoiding for the past 5 years, and forget fighting Andrade. He haven't even negotiated with Andrade. On the other hand, according to Oscar, they sent Charlo a good offer, aka a lowball offer, where they actually offered the WBC more money for the French fries belt than they offered Charlo to fight. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Charlo has Canelo Alvarez strapped as we speak in the lion's den. And of course, Canelo will never come near it because it's lions only. There's no such thing as ducks around. So that being said, if Canelo does make the move to fight Andrade and Charlo, that will clear up the beef and get both of them to be on even term. On the other hand, it ain't just Oscar. You even have Bernard Hopkins speaking with Charlo, promising him the fight. Even he came out on Radio Raheem promising Andrade the fight in 2020, when we all know that's not in the DAZN plan, that's not in Canelo plans, nor in Canelo Alvarez fans' plans. So it's just a bunch of gossip. Of course, they promoting Canelo. Of course, they trying to apply pressure on Canelo, but it's not working. I mean, Canelo called witness protection on Charlo and Andrade and Oscar and Bernard Hopkins. He's speaking through a damn lawyer. You ain't going to force him to fight nobody. You ain't going to put a strap on his head and force him to sign on the dotted line to fight Charlo or Andrade. And that's why Canelo Alvarez's resume right now look ridiculous, because instead of making legacy, he's making up legacy. Fighting fighters on their way out the door, a.k.a. Kovalev, or draining them, a.k.a. Chavez or Amir Khan, for example, and avoiding the best competition around. However, he want to claim he pound for pound number one. However, he want to be undisputed according to him. Which one is it? Because if you want to be those things, then fight the guy who had the last strap, and you could have made your dream come true, which was Andrade, instead of giving up your strap to Charlo. So Canelo is pretty much treating his fans like they are a bunch of fools. Of course, they know what time it is, but they could care less. However, we're going to remind them of what time it is when you come to the Akhi University. If you're tired of being a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is attend the Akhi University for free by subscribing below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't listen to these decabs, a.k.a. dumb-ass casual fans / old media. Now, of course, shout out to DBN. Shout out to Dante for starting the new media wave. And, of course, if you want to be part of the Akhi family, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post, or go live on Split Decision every Sunday exclusively on Akhi TV. Now, shout out to Lunatune. That's my broski. Follow him for the funniest boxing memes. I will leave his link in the description box below. Keep it a G and follow my man on IG. Of course, follow me too at Akhi TV on IG. The link will be right below it, and the merch as well. So cop the merch. I appreciate every single one of my Akhis. I don't say that enough, but this is the Boxing Brotherhood. If you want to be part of it, then join it. You better off join us, because you ain't going to beat us. So you know the saying. If you can't beat them, join them. So that being said, appreciate every single one of y'all, and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace, and we out.